Hello and welcome to episode 12 of the Long Distance Stitchers. I'm Megan.
I'm also Megan. I was also reflecting the other day. We never say what the date is. So we're on April 1st.
We did it once
with our
and I commented that we never say it.
Yeah.
And then we haven't said it since. Yeah, it's April 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Officially spring. Kind of.
Where you live.
We don't have any snow on the ground, but it's definitely not like...
I still have snow heaps that are as tall as I am in my front and backyard. So it's going to be here a while. It might be here till May. So. And
not
snow
okay.
fell.
It didn't snow like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
It
didn't stick, but it fell. So it is what it is.
All right. Today is just cross stitch, right? I don't have anything.
No, I've got a crochet.
Oh, you do stuff. Okay.
And my new shawl. So yeah, I've got a little yarn craft here as well.
Yeah. I only have cross stitch, and a little bit of haul.
Yeah, I have some investments that are very meshed with my upgrade plan in some ways. So I'm gonna talk about that probably all together. But so
do you want to start with our new start that we both have?
Well, mine's a finish.
Oh no, yours is a finish. That's right.
I'm the one who's starting. That one last in my finishes, and then you can dive into your new starts.
Okay. Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. You can start with your finishes. Then.
My first finish. So last time we were here, I shared that I was doing a model stitch. And so Dee has released those details. So I'm going to share with you. So I stitched this for Dee for their Stitch North exclusive. So they are taking pre-orders currently for this for Stitch North. So if you're going to Stitch North, you can order it and then Dee will bring you a hard copy to Stitch North. But it is called the Beverly Glen Sampler, and it is based on their childhood home in Ontario and different things with meaning to them about growing up there. So I stitched this. It is Roxy Floss Co. flosses and a Cedar River linen that Dee sent me to stitch it on. And so it's 1/2 on 40 count, and it was so fun to stitch. Every piece of it was just a delight. The pattern is so clear and easy to read. And I mean, look at those colors, right? And those gay J's on top of the house. It's perfect. So if you're going to Stitch North, order the chart, right? Stitch this up. It's beautiful. Yeah. If you're not going to Stitch North, Dee said it will eventually be more broadly released, but at this point it is Stitch North only. And then just while I was speaking about Stitch North, I also just wanted to show Dee and Kari are also selling, like you can pre-order hard copy patterns of a lot, like their whole collection, and Dee will have those, and then some of their the prints from some of the other things they've done, as well as some floss drops. But so you can pre-order those and Dee will bring them. And they also have a Stitch North exclusive that they've done together, which is called Toonies, which is a pun on Canadian money, but it's Mama Loon in a fuzzy baby loon, which is also very Canadian. Also stitched on Cedar River linen, and I believe that Dee used Britain needle floss for this one, but it's beautiful. Right? So if you're going to Stitch North, check it out. If you're not going to Stitch North, like stay tuned for further releases.
Do you know if there's a Roxy floss pack that you have to order through Evertote for the Beverly Glen? Or
I have no idea if they've arranged that,
okay.
Or it's just,
or you just like go and like order the individual colors.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I bet if you're really interested in it, if you email the Evertote crew, they would prepare for you in advance
and be like,
sure, can I have about it? They'll just make it
ready to go. Yeah, totally.
So, they did the conversion for Dee, so they know the colors.
They know what it would be. Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if I have some of them already. I'd have to check.
Potentially. Yeah. My next finish, and I'm a bad group member, but I'm gonna put this in the mail this afternoon after we're done filming, is my quarter of my chart for our most magnificent first ink circles round robin, which is wings and things. So this is the chart, what the model looks like. And so this is on a 14 count fabric from Stony Creek that I can't remember the name of, and I put the bag that it came in somewhere. I have no idea. I'll find it eventually, but at this point, just a Stony Creek fabric. It's this beautiful, like grungy,
Yeah,
perfect for Halloween. And so I did this. I stitched it with hand dyed by Rolanda floss. That is purples and blacks, beautiful. And then for the web in the middle, I've done one strand of A12 with one strand of DMC glow in the dark, so when it's done, it'll have a glow in the dark web in the middle. And of course you can't see the sparkle very well, but trust me, it's blingy. So I will be putting that in the mail to Michelle over in Maine today. And then she will do the next quarter. And a little bit later on, I will speak about the next one that I have to do because I've received it already.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah. I was just gonna ask if you knew what you were doing next.
Yeah, I've got it to share because Danielle got it in the mail and it's here for me.
Ah, yay.
Yeah. And then I, for Stitch Asia, I decided I was going to finish my Wonky Cat by Miriam at Marumi Crafts Design. So this is my next finish.
Yeah.
A little wrinkly, but you get the point. So this is a Fortnite Fabrics ornament cut. It's a 40 count, and then I did one strand of a Silks for You variegated floss over 2 stitches, and it's beautiful. I futzed with the colors a little bit so that the bird in the cat's tummy was all sort of the purpley tones.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I just sort of let the floss do what it was going to do, and it turned out great, I think. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with this yet. I do want to stitch more of them, so I might wait until I've done a few more and then maybe do something with them together.
Yeah.
But I love it. So that was part of my Stitch Asia stitching, and also Stitch for Pride this month, which we'll talk about a little bit more details and plans, I guess. But Stitch for Pride was to stitch on a design by an Asian artist. Okay, so that Miriam fits that category. My next finish is my Death Before Decaf by the Witchy Stitcher. And so I did this as part of Miriam of Maruni Crafts wildcard BDE Sal. So for her birthday, she wanted us to take like a fabric or a floss or something that made us uncomfortable and build a palette around it. So I picked the variegated floss that I used in the steam here, is like a little nugget of fiber on a whim floss that I had for a few years and couldn't figure out what I was going to do with it. It had come in a box, and so I built a palette around it. There's the darker green is a Fiberlicious fibers, Fiberlicious yummy fibers, silk. And then the other ones in here are hand dyed by Rolanda overdyed cottons. So I'm really happy with how this came out. This is another Fortnite Fabrics ornament cut. This one's a 36 count, so it's 2 strands over 2 for this. I'm really pleased. I did go in and back stitch those letters so they stand out a little bit more, so you can actually read what it says, and I think it turned out really nice.
They look really good now.
I'm pretty sure I've got a little white frame that it'll fit in and it'll stand out really nicely.
Oh, perfect.
And then my second to last finish is not cross stitching. It is my quick store scarf by AK Lori Designs. So I ended up making this a little bit longer than it called for. And then I attached the 2 ends so it can be a cowl. And it's the perfect length for how I like to wear a cowl. I have not blocked it yet or done in the ends, as you can see, but that part doesn't really take very much time. And I love it. And I think it's very timely. So this yarn is from the Lemonade Shop. It's called Impeachment. And she dyed it on the honor of President Trump's second impeachment.
That's crazy.
And so, I think I might just get this ready to wear this week so I can wear it on Tuesday on Indictment Day.
That's so funny.
Right? Just a little celebration on that. And if you don't agree with anything I just celebrated, well, bye. Right. And then my last finish is also a new start for Megan. So we will talk about them together. So Miriam for Nowruz, which is the Persian New Year, celebrating the start of spring, released this chart called Song of Nowruz. And the quote on the top says, "Believe in spring, start again, bloom," from a Rumi poem. Miriam had just a straight border around the edge, but I decided not to stitch that piece. I'm going to put it in a frame, and it's easier to make it look right if you're not trying to make lines straight. And so again, this is another Fortnite fabric, ornament count, and then this is a Silks for You, just a solid purple hank that I have. And I think the colors turned out fabulous on this. I do notice I'm very bad at centering things. Like I feel like I try and center things with little cuts and they always come off center, but it is what it is. Still got lots of space to finish it with. So that is my finishes. So over to you, Megan, for your starts.
Yeah, so I have a little start on that. Mine is on an 18 count strawberry lemonade, I think is what she called it, from Kaylee Ted Stitch, the sewing shop. And I've also stitched it with, I got this from her in my mystery bag, so I have like a darker of the same color and a lighter, and I'm stitching it with the darker one, and this is called Unicorn Delight. Yeah, and I really like how it looks on there. I think the colors are popping off, and it definitely feels very springy.
Yeah, they work really well together, and like the yellow in the fabric is just so bright and warm. So
yeah,
I love it.
This was like 2 hours of stitching. Like I don't even, maybe like an hour and a half. So like it's a quick one.
Yeah, this pattern is not very big. It's less than 100, right? Like it's quite small, so it goes together.
I would love to finish this month, but I'm not.
We're almost done with this part of the pattern too. Right?
I made so many. I made so many plans last month and none of them worked out, but so we'll see. Whatever, no pressure.
If you can't tell from our slightly different voices, Megan and I both came down with different things over March, and so we didn't really do as much as maybe we thought we would do. I was
from the 13th to the 21st, I didn't touch
that's anything. A long time. That's a long time.
Because I was so sick and I was exhausted from not sleeping because I was too sick to sleep. Like, the worst. So
I was surprised when I pulled all my stuff together how much stuff I had actually done, because I felt like I lost a week of doing it, right? So
that's, I feel like like time was like just stolen from me. Like I took 4 days off work and I didn't do anything those whole 4 days because I could barely move. Anyway, March was not great.
Do you have any other starts?
No.
Okay, so I have 2 starts. Right, so Song of Nowruz was a start and finish for me. I also started, because I finished my quick scarf, I started the next pattern in my I didn't pull those up to share. Okay, anyways, this is the next pattern in my Tunisian crochet learning thing with AK Lori Designs on Instagram.
I like that color.
It's called, the color, I didn't pull out the thing. It is a llama wool, and the color is called hunter green, but I couldn't tell you the dye right now. But so it's called Triangle Scarf. So I'm at just about row 50 here. I've got 100 more rows to go, and it gets bigger by a stitch every row. So I've got a bit to do, but I have a road trip next weekend, so I'll get it done. The next pattern in the set comes out on Wednesday, so I need to do some serious catch up on this and get back on track. But it's really fun to stitch. These sections where she has us stitching together and then putting stitches back in on the next row require a bit more concentration than I had for a significant part of this month. So that's why this did not get as strong.
I like that effect though. I like how it looks. It looks cool.
Yeah, and then I probably have more yarn for this than I need. Like it was a big hank.
Okay.
And so I might even make it a little bit bigger just because I bound with the other shawl that I did, the first shawl that I did, the boomerang one. It's just a little short for me to put it the way I like it. It's not unwearable, but I think that I will be more successful in feeling comfortable wearing this if it's just a smidge longer. So I'll see where I'm at when I get to the end, how much yarn I have. Okay, and then, so my second new start, I guess third, if you don't count the one that already got finished, is a D's 20 pattern. So yesterday was the International Day of Trans Visibility. And so it's a time for us all to celebrate and uplift trans creators, trans advocates, just trans folks in general. And my friend Dee, our Stitch dad, released their second Let's Make a Statement pattern. So trans.
I love that bird.
And will be, yeah, that bird is good job.
So cute.
Good job. So I obviously had to start it immediately, just like the first Let's Make a Statement pattern. And so I started it yesterday morning, and I worked on it this morning, and this is how far I am. So trans folks always have been end. So I will be, and then to put the bird in the swirls. So I will be finished this today. I'm stitching this on an 18 count chemical romance from Kaylee Tent Stitch at the sewing shop. I got a huge piece of it, and I picked this one specifically because I thought tonally and sort of like the vibe of it was very similar.
Yeah.
To this one, which is also an 18 count Ada Witch's Brew, also from Kaylee at the sewing shop. And so Dee plans to make a bunch of these banners. And so I thought I needed more fabric than just this little piece, right? Like this I can fit 4, maybe 5 or 6 if I space them right. This I can fit a whole bunch more.
Oh yeah, totally.
As well, we'll talk a bit more about this when we talk about our plans, but there are some patterns that are not Dee's banners, but that I want to stitch to go along, right? Like if I'm going to make a bunting, I can add them to it because they are in the same vein. So we will discuss that in a little bit. So stay tuned. But yeah, so I'm doing it with Handar by Rolanda for my green, my blue, and my pink, and then DMC white, and this is an A12. So it's the same palette that Dee used on the first one, right? And so they will all go together.
Yeah. Oh, it looks great.
Yeah, I love it.
Did you see, is it Nithya? Is she Daybreak Stitchery?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing it right underneath.
Yeah, and she's got some other things going on, so she's making a whole.
Yeah, I kind of like that. It looks cool.
And she's chosen to just use the trans colors, the blue, the white, and the pink, and then everything else she's doing in black, right?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really striking. Yeah,
I like it a lot.
But yeah, she started the next one just like right underneath it. So yeah, I guess she's not gonna like separate them out. But yeah, it looks cool. It'll be like almost like a bell. What are those things called?
Apple.
Yeah.
She does really awesome things with like the spacing on things and combining things. Like she's doing the magical carpet melange.
Oh, that's her too. Okay, yeah. Like doing them all together.
One blue silk for all of them, and she's done them all in one piece together, which looks awesome. And I wish I had thought of that, but that is by itself, so maybe I will be different with it. But
I know I thought about doing something like that too, but like when I was kitting up the two that I already started, like the crab and the camel, like I love the idea of doing them like on different fabrics and like separately. So I think I'll just do them all different, but it is a really cool idea. I like how she does stuff like that.
What else did you work on this month?
So I worked on 2 things. One I worked on for probably like 20 hours, which is good. So I'm almost done.
Yep.
Longtime watchers of this channel will recognize this piece. And let's look at the potential finish. So really all I have left to do is the center square, which is like the name and the birthday and the weight at birth, which I still have to like chart because it's like different. So I will take this frame off so we can see. So I did basically the whole alphabet, I think since we saw this last, and this whole bottom, I think I did all of it.
I think even you only had one kite.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so too. Yeah. I think all of this is brand new.
So much.
Yeah. In the whole, yeah. So I have little fishies up in these corners that are the same color as the letters are going to be. So I'm going to do those when I do the letters. But yeah. I love doing that little octopus.
He's so cute. That
was the most fun. And that was the last one that I did for the inside stuff.
Yeah.
And so this lighthouse was supposed to be just pure white, but it wouldn't have shown up because the fabric is white. So I took one strand of white and one strand of this super light blue that only got used in like this little fishy here. Mm-hmm. So it's like kind of slightly gray.
No, it looks great.
Yeah.
Like it, and like totally it matches because you didn't like add another color in, right? Mm-hmm. You just used.
And I didn't talk about this before, but I did this seagull in Etoile so that he would show up a little bit as well because he was also supposed to be just a pure white. But yeah,
it looks so good. And just
almost done.
She was on track to get it done, and then she got taken out by the worst cold ever. And so yeah, she was gonna be done on the timeline she talked about before.
I literally probably would have been done the first week of March, and I got sick I went to the doctor on March 3rd. Mm-hmm. So, and then from there I was just like dying.
Yeah.
So that pretty much derailed my whole month.
Yeah.
But we're so close now.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing that I worked on was my Whipco call for March, which is I didn't even look at the other one, my Funky Menagerie. I haven't even like gotten it out, but I did complete my 10 hours on Aloha. That's what it will look like. And I did quite a bit actually. This toucan is almost done. All of this green leaf, that like the yellow was there, but that was it. Mm-hmm. And all this stuff in here was pretty much new.
You did so.
The fill in of the first 3 letters, which actually took a really long time. I feel like I didn't realize how dense that stitching was. Yeah. But I thought it would be easy to do that while I was like traveling because I wouldn't have to refer to the pattern as much. Yeah, but then it's also like a very light color on like a white background. So it was kind of hard to see. So then I was stitching slower than I normally would have. But whatever. Yeah.
It's going to be so pretty when it's done, all those colors.
We'll get there. Someday. But yeah, so I'll keep plugging on that. I think I have it on my board one more time this year. I'm not sure. And I have my new pineapple graham guard, which matches my pineapple slider.
It all goes together.
It felt very thematically relevant. Now, those are the only 2 things I worked on.
Okay. I also only have 2 additional whips. So first I have my Chaos Birds, which is a temperature bird chart from Dr. Christie's Needlework Corner. I'll put this behind it. So again, this is a 36 count linen that doesn't have a name or anything. And I'm stitching it with a mix of hand dyed Rolanda and just DMC colors that I've done my palette for in jewel tones. Up here where these birds are pink, that's when I was in Nashville. And then this last week, we started to get pink during the day, but you can see they're still very dark purple because we're still getting quite cold overnight. And so our days were cooler this week. So when I put in the rest of March tomorrow, it will be more along like this line, I think. But yeah, and so I have been keeping a little bit ahead with my poles and my wires, so I got to keep working on that as I go. I also there's shoes over the wire here, but I want to do all the doodads in A12, and I just hadn't pulled colors for that yet. So I'll pull those today, so I have them tomorrow. And so March will be completely done and move on to April. Like I'll be able to do today's April 1st bird over there. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. And then the second thing I have worked on, and I haven't made probably too much noticeable progress, but is my Natural World Sal.
Oh,
so
nice.
I put in some more border, and then I've been working, I had 2 ladybugs, so I put in these ladybugs. When I was sick, I tried to work on this, and trying to work on 56 count when your brain is on fire, that was poor life choice. So I am still very much in February. I'm gonna take this off and reposition it so I can just keep going across here to March. Yeah. And then today, because it's April 1st, Christy sent us the new Natural World Sal release. And so we have,
I love that snail.
March. Oh, and then we've got April down here with a snail, some DNA helixes. I'm not 100% sure what these are supposed to be. It looks like bird prints, I think.
Oh yeah.
Footprints, and then she had given us a hint. There's some wolf prints, and then she's got chart of a verse here. The second half of the alphabet's gonna go in here. Yeah, so I'm determined to be caught up on this by the end of April. I'm not making promises. I don't know how realistic that is. There's still a lot of border. The border is very dense stitching. And the mountains are pretty dense, but I'm going to make a solid effort to get caught up, because I really don't want this to be the kind of year-long Sal that you're doing 2 years later. February was just really busy because I was traveling so much, and then my middle of March got knocked out. So I'm gonna keep working on this, and I'm gonna adjust and put it this way so I can have it all of March. I think there's enough space here that I should be able to do at least a lot of April before moving it again. Yeah. And so that is a whip and plans for the month. So.
Did we shoot our last episode before or after the Zoom?
It was before, because we shot.
Okay, so then mine. So then I did work on mine a little bit, because these mountains are new.
Okay, yeah.
I think, yeah.
I thought you had worked on it, but then.
Yeah, I realized I did just do that one day during the Zoom call, but I did all those mountains.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to be done January by the end of April. That would be nice.
I believe in you. I think you can do
At the very least.
Yeah.
Maybe February. I feel like I'm just gonna go straight across though, rather than go, and then I'll go down when I start working on April.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just,
keep going across.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. So Megan, I heard that you did a little bit of shopping in March.
I did.
Just a little.
I ordered 3 things.
Okay.
I'll show the one thing that you didn't also get. And then we can talk about the stuff that we both got. So I did do a tea time Sal order from Top Notch Stitchery. And so I got the thread pack of the 4 tea time colors. They're very nice.
I keep waffling if I'm gonna cave and get some or not.
I still haven't picked the fabric color that I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna do them all in the same one, or if I'm gonna like change it up depending on the different patterns. So I haven't started anything yet, and I haven't even really like looked at my fabric stash. And I also got the needle minder that she was selling. It has a teapot on the front and then a teacup on the back.
So cute.
But I might just use these as 2 different needle minders, because
that's what I've heard a couple people say.
I have magnets from when I made my own needle minders, so why not? And then I got 5 patterns from her. So I got this one from Tiny Modernist, which I love.
That little bunny house.
That little bunny. I got this one from Counting Puddles, which is a new designer that I haven't really heard of before, but I really like the design inside the cup. I think that's really cool.
I like what she's doing with the string too for the tea.
Yeah, that's really cool. And then I got Be My Sweetie from Pixel Pixie.
Very cute.
She showed this to me at our Zoom when it was just the two of us at the end of it. And I was like, oh my God, I love that. I need it. So I had to get it. And then I got It's Always Time for Tea, which is funny because this one and the Pixel Pixie one are the same ones that Miriam got, actually. Nice. So we're going to have matching tea times. And then I got this one from Ink Circles.
That one's so pretty too.
Yeah, I really like the little teacup.
The other one that I really like is the one by Artist Designs with the dinosaurs.
The dinosaurs, yeah, that one's a good one.
So like I just feel like, but then I also saw Julie, Colorado girl in Kansas World. City Girl in a Colorado World. Thanks,
Kansas City Girl in a
yeah, her Spillet. Like I like her pattern. But then did you watch her most recent Flosstube where she stitched it herself in DMCs, right? Because her friend had done the model for her because she couldn't get the floss delivered, etc. So she did herself in the DMC conversion and it looks really good. So I could just buy a couple patterns without having to get the floss, right? And be able to do it. And I'm sure I have enough like fancy floss colors, like with my hand and my Rolanda flosses and things like that I could probably.
Oh, for sure. Like you could get pretty close to those colors. They're not even variegated. Like
the one is the white one I thought had.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is a little bit. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I could get something similar and take a stab.
And then because I have the Wild Violet newsletter, I also got this one for free.
Well, that's really sweet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I'm probably gonna get Julie's as well because I really like it.
Yeah,
and then that'll be 7. So I feel like I would have to do them on a separate fabrics anyway because I don't know if they'll all fit on one. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll see. But yeah, that was my tea time purchases. And then I did get the first 2 months of the Brennan Needle Floss Club. So I also got with my February one, I got these 2 Christmas ones that are for the Christmas Quakers, which Megan showed off last time. I didn't get the whole set. I didn't get like the gold one and the red one. I just got a mug to remember and peppermint knobs because those are the ones I liked the best. Nice. And then I got my February, I just did the 3, which are the same ones that Michelle got. And she was talking about something that she was going to stitch with them. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's a great idea. I'm going to do that too.
I got the 5. So we've got.
What's the extra one? You got a green one?
This one are the same. The pink, the white, and the purple. And then there's a blue and a green as well.
Cute. So. I like that. Yeah. I really like this one. And the pink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, those are good. And then I got my March. I did the 5 for March because I didn't have anything else that I was going to order. Like I knew I wanted to get those Christmas ones. So
there's March.
Are they exactly the same?
Yeah, we've got.
It looks like you have this brown one. Or is that one? Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, yours, I think, yours looks like it has more of the orangey tones in it, right? Mine's lighter.
Oh, cool. So they're they're a little different. That's neat. I like that.
Fun. I love them. I've been watching. I haven't seen the April sales go up yet, but
no, me neither.
I'll just be ready to hit buy now when they get posted.
Yeah, I definitely will. And especially because like the February one was like delayed for some reason. I don't know. My post office hates me. So I ended up getting March and February on the same day. Because March shipped in like record time.
Yeah, because it was weird because I got my February ones way before yours, and you are much closer to Newfoundland than I am, so it was very strange. But Canada Post works in mysterious, frustrating ways.
And then I ordered the what's it called? Witchy Stitcher. What's the pattern called?
All tricks, no treats.
There we go.
So this is a collaboration between
yeah.
Meg, the Witchy Stitcher, and then Brendan and Karen at Fox and Rabbit, as well as the Cottage Garden Floss, Katie and Pam.
Yeah. So this is the fabric that I got, which was the 14 count from Fox and Rabbit.
And I got the 28 count linen option. Linen, even weave, I don't know.
And then here are my flosses.
I've already put my flosses on the nice little floss organizer that came as part of the kit. It says every day is Halloween.
Yeah,
and on the back it says Witchy Stitcher Cottage Garden Threads. So, and then
I didn't put mine on mine yet, but yeah, those are mine.
So
I'm really excited for these colors. I love this orange one.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's a good Halloween color.
There's talk on the Patreon of a stitch along. I haven't seen any sign of a start date. I should probably do some other things before I start this. When it arrived, I was like, I'm gonna start it right away, and then I got to try other things. So
yeah. I also have been really enjoying Meg's March minis.
Oh yeah, if you are not a fan of the Witchy Stitcher, you missed a month of amazing. There was 5 patterns, and some of them had more than one actual pattern in it, and they all like made like ghosty, spooky, witchy, but craft room themed.
Yeah,
so
they're so good. I know. I really want I want to make the bats at least for myself because they're so fun. But I'll probably do all of them.
Yeah. So
and that is what I bought in March.
I bought a couple.
Well, I received in March.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I ordered all of those. Well, no, except for the February Brenda needles. But yeah.
Yeah. So as you know, I have a bag of the month and a fabric of the month from Kaylee Tent Stitch at the sewing shop. So my fabric this month, she calls it the khaki wallpaper. So it's a fat quarter and it has these cool roses printed on it. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to put on here. I'm thinking I might use I think was it the February Patreon chart from the Witchy Stitcher. Meg did a Scream the movie themed sampler. And I think it might go fun on here with a couple of different conversions, but like it's a sampler and then with the next wallpaper.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that one.
I think that's a great idea.
Egg was this really cute.
Oh, I love that.
Print with this really pretty yellow in it. And then it's got a little bee charm. That is
cute.
So that's nice. And then a little way into the month, it was Kaylee's kiddo's birthday. And so Kaylee, in celebration of her kid's birthday, had a buy one, get one free sale. But the free one was a mystery and her kid picked them, right? So I'd already been looking at fabric. So that's when I got this. To go, the Chemical Romance to go with the other one. Because I'd already been like, does she have any more of the Witch's Brew? And that wasn't there, but this one was there. So I got that. And then so the fabric that I got to go with it was this beautiful, it's a 15 count called Blushing Pink.
Ooh.
Which is really fun and bright. Which would also honestly be another good candidate for that screen sampler. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. It's also like it looks like she edged this border before she dyed it.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever. So it would be like you could just finish something on this.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. As is. So just keeping that in mind. And then I also, because I can't resist, I also did the BOGO on bags. So, this is the bag I picked for myself. This bird bag. Birds. Beautiful fabric in the middle.
I like the inside. Yeah, I like that.
Really pretty hummingbird charm.
Cute.
Right?
That's nice.
And then this is the one that her kid picked for me, which I don't think I even saw this on the website. I'm not sure, but it is these handsome festive holiday puppers.
That's cute.
All their gear. And then it's like paw print fabric. And then just this little red Scotty dog charm for the zipper pull. But it's very cute. So
cute.
Haley, your child did a fantastic job of picking out the freebies in my
Yeah.
So I bought some other things that I don't have physical things to show you. So we'll run through a couple things. So first, you all know how much I loved my spring fling box last year. So obviously I jumped on spring fling 2023. So this is going to come out. There's a digital retreat on May 7th, which is when we will be at Stitch North. But there's several of us who bought this box. We're going to be at Stitch North. So we think we're going to like sit in somebody's room.
Oh, fun. Do like a little mini retreat inside the retreat.
Right?
Oh, that's such a good idea.
Yeah. And so there's that. And
I'm sad that I'm not going to be, that I didn't get the box. Oh, well.
I'm just realizing that there's actually a couple other things that I bought that I don't have on here. So I'll talk about a couple more things and then we'll pause and then we'll come back. And then I just wanted to, so the sewing shop is where I get the great stuff from Kaylee. So it's the sewingshop.ca. And she's got all sorts of things. She does these kits of these beautiful full coverage. Kaylee is like predominantly a full coverage stitcher. So she has patterns and kits of full coverage things and she does them up. She like pulls all the flosses for you, like the whole thing. And she also, I know, if you have a pattern that you need kitted up and you really don't want to do it, she will kit it up for you, right? She offers that service to people. So right,
well, no, that's
start a giant something, she will prepare it for you. So just saying, great.
That's a very good service.
Right? Sorry about that. That's gross. And then, so the last thing I have prepared to show you is, okay, so Jessie, mislaid pages. You saw the bird box. You saw their first chart, those beautiful swans. So yesterday for Trans Day of Visibility, Jessie just out of nowhere drops their second chart.
I love this so much.
In your own way and your own time with this beautiful egg on it.
Yeah, the Pasenka, really, I saw that and I was like, you're kidding me. That's amazing. Right?
And so
good.
If you look at this, you can see that the palette is pretty close to Dee's palette, right? Like there's a little bit of yellow in there, there's a little bit of green. Really the only thing different is the black for the bloom in the end. You know what? I can do something else with that. Yeah. So I'm going to use my same set of flosses, my same fabrics, and I'm going to do this up. And I might change it so the letters are at the top and the egg and flowers at the bottom, so then it can be the same pendant shape is what I am thinking. But I have to play around with it and just make sure that it'll fit the way I want it to fit. But that is my plan for that. But I love it so much. Okay, so the thing that I completely forgot to tell you about is My Necessity, which is a collaboration between Nuri at Shaded Stitchery, Carrie at Roxy Floss Co, and everybody's friend Caroline at Evertote. This, like, I saw this and I gasped. It is gorgeous. So I rushed out and I got the chart with the floss pack. I didn't get, you can also, Evertote has made bag sets to go with it as well, but I'd already ordered. I'm going to pick mine up at Stitch North rather than paying the stitching, so they'll have my floss pack for me there. I already have a bag ordered for Stitch North. They have some exclusive bags, so I decided not to get another bag. But I had to have this. And then I will probably, it's stitched on the Roxy Floss Co Panettone linen, or I think they're using Nada, but like the Panettone that they're using for everything because it's like a gorgeous neutral. So I'll probably, pick something up while I'm at Stitch North and looking at things in person, and then I will start there. I think a few people are planning to start it there. So it is so gorgeous. So, okay. And then just while we were on our little break, so I could pull this up, we were talking just about Nuri's patterns, and Nuri has also recently released her Closely Kept #2. And so the Closely Kept series are patterns that she is designing based on like trinkets and mementos and like art that are in museums, right? So things that were created by Black artists, Black folks, Black makers in the past that now sit in museums and aren't there. Like you can't can't touch them, you can't hold them. And so she's recreating these pieces so that you can have it yourself. So this is her most recent one, and she's got it in two ways. So where you stitch the design or where you stitch it in negative, right? So this is the fabric showing up, and then all the rest of it has been stitched. So I don't know. I think that's just pattern details.
Yeah.
But so beautiful. All of her work. Like if I had way more hours in the day.
Yeah, she's quickly becoming one of my like the designers that I'm like most excited like seeing their new stuff.
Yeah.
I think yeah.
I mean, we've raved about her before. Her work. We'll just keep raving. So I'm really excited to start the My Necessity pattern.
I think I'm gonna get the floss pack as well. I haven't ordered anything for Stitch North yet because I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm gonna do the
just
pattern
floss packs, right? So
yeah. The exclusive one didn't really like speak to me that much. I don't know if I'm gonna get the bags because I have so many bags already. But there was a couple other things that I was kind of eyeing.
I bought the bag because it's different than they normally do, right?
Yeah, it's like I'm
trying to find
like the different pattern, like the little like pattern thingy or whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Do they have it on the site? I feel like
I almost ordered that like spring bag when it was on sale. And I kind of wish I had, but I was like trying not to spend money because I was going on a trip. And then I was like, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think I can easily pull up the Stitch North exclusive things because I think they're not live on the website, right? Like they have them that they send to the people who are registered. Yeah. They're not available for sale to other people, so I can't pull up the exclusive to show you. But the bags that they did, they have a quilted centerpiece and then the Stitch North exclusive bags, and you're gonna get like just a random one. So it'll be a surprise. Yeah, I bought it like 2 months ago at this point, and I'll get it a month from now, and like, yay, a nice present to myself. Oh, I also bought this from the Witchy Stitcher. It says, "Leave me alone. I'm cross stitching," with her like little, sorry, I don't know which way to turn. Ghosty eyes who are cross stitching. So I love it a lot.
Yeah, her stuff's really good. Yeah, I like her shop, her Mr. Witchy shop stuff.
Yeah, it's really good. Okay, so plans. I don't know what are your plans?
I have a few plans. There are a few things that I'd like to do. I'm not gonna hold myself to anything because I keep getting my plans ruined. So I would love to do my March whip go call of my Funky Menagerie that I wanted to do. So I wanted to do 5 more animals on this guy. Let's take a look at what that looks like. I mean, I could easily do 10 hours in like a couple of days if I was not working. And I have 3 days off this coming week. So, and I had like 4 closing shifts this past week. So, which is a lot for me. I normally don't close that much. And that's my whole day gone. Yeah. Like, cause I don't get up early enough to do anything before I go to work. And then I don't do anything when I get home. So it kind of really eats my whole day. But yeah, so this is what they look like.
So cute.
I would love to get this out. I think it would be a fun one to kind of start. And then work on for springtime.
They're really easy. The animals, like each animal is only like 2 or 3 colors at most, and some of them are one color. So you just do.
I could zip through quite a few in no time. And then my 2 whip go calls for April are a little bit more. They're both linen projects, so that's why I was like, oh, maybe I'll do a couple animals like in between more serious stitching. So Afshan Sampler is one of them. So I gave myself a goal of 10 hours for this one, which I was hoping I could put a good dent in that second row with the flowers that go across, because there's a lot of negative space there. So other than like this heavy border at the top, it's not really that much in between. So I feel like I could finish that. That would be a good goal. This is what I have so far.
Looks so good. Your color.
The whole top row.
Yeah.
Speaking of Afshan Sampler, Dee started theirs. They're stitching it in the negative.
I know.
Like a crazy person. I couldn't believe it when they said that that was their plan. And I was like, well, there's already a lot of negative space. So you're actually like, so like this part, like the flowers that I was just talking about is like that they're going to stitch the white parts.
Right.
But then this part you would stitch less because you'd be stitching just the, so it's gonna look
probably so works out to about the same stitches on this, but
yeah, because of there is so much negative space already. Did they start over here? Is that what I saw?
I think that's where they started.
Yeah, in that bottom corner. Yeah, I'm blown away by that. It's gonna look so good, and like the red color that they're doing, that like reddish, orangey color. Yeah, it looks really good. Anyway, but yeah, more Afshan samplers. Everyone do it. And then my other one is, it's actually here. It's so the Frosted Pumpkin Cottage from Witchy Stitcher was called for April. And since I'm gonna switch over to this Christmassy version that was in my book, my Winter Magic book. So yeah. I'm gonna have to, I don't think I'm gonna change very much of like the part that I've already done, because I'm pretty much just like gonna finish up that moon and then start the like building the house.
Yeah, just keep what you've got already and then just do the rest following that pattern.
Yeah, because this in here the moon is like red, but mine is orange. But I think I'll just leave it the orange that it was already, and then just do everything else.
It's still called a pumpkin cottage. Having an orange.
No one will know. It'll be my own, because then it'll still be like more Halloween-y.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and this is a 28 count 1/1. So I want to work on it more because I'm getting better at stitching on linen. So, but that is because my Afshan is on a 32 count 2/2. So it'll be a little bit of a bit of a challenge, but a good challenge.
I believe in you.
And then I'm gonna finish this sampler. It's when I put this down the other day when Bill was here, and I was like, I am so glad I'm giving this away, because
you don't want to look at it if you
sick of it. But you know what? It's one of those things where I was thinking about this the other day. It's like, I'm glad I did this. I'm glad I did it early in my stitchy journey, because it's like, it taught me so much about like what I enjoy and what I don't enjoy about stitching. Like I wouldn't pick another pattern that had so many of like the solid borders. Yeah. This one is fine. This border was like a lot of fun. This one even wasn't too bad, but just this one where it's just like a solid line, I hate that. Yeah. I would never do that again. And then also like the letters, I didn't mind the stitching of them, but having 6 different colors and switching every time was kind of annoying. So like if I was going to do something like this again, I would probably just do it in like a variegated color and then have like the effect of having different colors, but without having to actually do it. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm going to finish this and get it in the hands of the person it's for.
Yay.
Yay. And those are my plans.
Okay. My plans are, so I'm going to, as I already discussed, disaster over here.
Oh yeah,
Try to get this done through.
I'll work on mine too.
So that
even more linen.
I have received my next ink circle. So this is Danielle's project. So Danielle Bee's Crafting Corner on Instagram and on Flosstube. So Danielle picked the bloomers pattern. So that's what it will look like when it's finished. She split it so we all do a complete flower here. So instead of half a flower and half a flower, so
yeah,
patterns.
Well, that's a good idea.
And then for this in the middle, she wants us all to pick our own. Oh, I can stop sharing this so you can see better. You've seen the pattern. Now let's look at this. We'll all be picking our own color for this flower to like sign our quarter.
Oh, cute.
Right. And so I got to figure out what color I want to use. I'm going to pick one because we've all picked a part of our patterns that we're going to do it. So I'm going to pick one that I think will work for all patterns. So probably something more in like a purpley tone, I think will work best, but I got to dig through my stash and find the perfect one. So I have until the end of June to finish this and send it on to Michelle, but I don't want it to sit too long. But it's 14 count Aida. And as I already mentioned, I'm going on a bit of a road trip, and 14 count is nice when you're not in your usual thing. So I might just take it and get it done. It is not very dense stitching. Like I think it's got about the same amount of stitches that my quarter design had, maybe a little bit more. It's a bit of a bigger chart. So it should be pretty quick. The one I'm going to get after that, Mandy's chart, she picked a full coverage one. So that one I will have to, like, the day it comes, I'm going to get working on it and do it. So I'm prepared though. It's in the summer months. I have vacation a couple times. Like I'm confident that I will get it done, but it has like Danielle did the math and I forget what it is, but it had like definitely by far the most stitches, and I think like double of anybody else's almost. So
well, that's kind of good though. So at least like
gorgeous. I can't wait to show you. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, because you have like the two, like these two that are kind of like not so dense, and then you just have like the one, and then is there a fourth one?
Yeah, so Michelle's is another more florally one.
I saw hers.
Pattern than this one.
Yeah, the green and white berry. One.
Yeah, but again,
no, it's not too bad.
It'll be great. So that's a plan. I need to finish my triangle shawl so I can start the next one, which is a boomerang one in 2 colors, and should be a lot faster. Like it's not going to get up to 150 stitches on a row. It grows a little bit, but not to the same extent, but it's longer. But I look forward to that. In more immediate plans. Okay, so I need to finish this today. And then when I'm done this, I am starting. So Miriam just started this. I know Dee has been working on this for a while. And then like seeing Miriam like saying that she was going to do it, and then seeing, like, knowing that Dee's done it. Dee, for Trans Day of Visibility yesterday, when they promoted Big Bad Vibes, showed this pattern. I was like, that's it. I got to do it. I already own it, right? So this isn't purchases, but you can get it yourself. Big Bad Vibes Only shop is Fergus's shop. And they have this pattern. They have other patterns like this.
I really like that other one, the Bad Vibes Only.
I need to do this one too, except that I need to finish the heart one first.
Yeah, I like that one so much. I'm gonna do that one for sure.
But they also, like, if you want to support them but you don't want to commit to a pattern, they have stickers, they have prints. Like their artwork is amazing, and they do have like some smaller charts as well. So if you want to jump in and stitch with us but you don't want to you don't want to commit to something big like this moth. I love this moth, right? You could do something a little bit smaller. You could get your shit together. So you could support that way. So we are doing, so Michelle, who is Chinook Crafter over in Calgary, came up with the hashtag. So we are going to be doing Big Bad Heart Sal as our hashtag. So join us. I'm going to copy Dee, who used the Fizzy Pop, which is
nice,
from Spring Fling 2022. So I've got my Iron Maiden here. So I'm going to use this other half. The sampler should fit there. I'm debating 1 over 1, but this is 36 counts. I don't think I'm going to do it. I just gotta convince myself I don't need to do that. I'm going to have so much. These are the colors for the needle that are the Iron Maiden ones. Again, just copying D because they're so smart. But in all of my recent Bryn and Needle collections, there's some additional like nice pink, red, and white colors.
Yeah.
That I'm going to pull to go with it, right? So I'm going to just sort of, as I come to each section, decide which colors I'm going to use and tap.
Yeah.
This is a big pattern. It's like 160 by 200 or something like that. So it's going to be a big commitment. I'm not going to finish it anytime soon, but I'm going to start it today after I'm done. Let's make a statement number 2. My other hope for this month is to get her done. I've got some like all of the lace work to do in behind, as well as filling in the rest of these pieces.
Oh yeah, so that's not bad.
I've got a fair amount to do because that lace work, like it'll be quite extensive, but it's also not insurmountable. But I'd like to have this done before I start my sprinkling 2023 project is my goal. So that's fair. It feels like a lot, but I also think it's okay so long as I don't get distracted by other things. I do intend to start Jessie's bloom pattern as well.
I'll probably but I'll definitely buy it. I don't know if I'll start it.
Yeah, that's another one that might be good to take with me on my little trip because it's
pretty small.
And I'm using 18 count Aida and I've just been stitching it in hand, right?
Yeah. So, are you gonna do it on the same color as the Chemical Romance color or whatever, do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick a spot of one of these to do it on. I'll figure out which section of all of this fabric I decide it will look best on. I think I might put it on one of these darker ones. And I can replace the black with white for the letters, and but there's lots of choice, so I'll play with it and I'll figure out where I'm gonna put it on these. But it'll be a little like it's a little more intensive than this with that full coverage egg on it, but it'll be fun to stitch that up. Is that all my plans? I wrote them down because I didn't want to forget, but I think that's it. So just a little bit of housekeeping. So we had a giveaway 2 episodes ago, and Kaylee won one of the charts, and Kaylee's chart has arrived with Kaylee. She's so excited, and so we're very happy to pass that on. And then this one was won by Books and the Moon, and they didn't reply right away. They said they'd been offline a little bit, which totally understandable, but they replied now, but right when I was in the midst of being sick. And so I'm going to put this in the mail today. I have to put my ink circles in the mail, so I'll be at the post office anyway. And then these ones went to Kit Mar, and we haven't heard from you, Kit Mar. So if you are watching, there is a form linked below. If you fill that out, we will get these in the mail to you. If we haven't heard from you by our next episode, so episode 13, which will be early May, and hint, we're gonna be in the same place, which is so exciting. But we will put these up because there was no other entries on that video, so we'll put them up again in our next episode for people who might want to stitch them if we don't hear from you, Kit. So please fill out the form, or however you want to contact us.
Our little channel here could very well blow up after Stitch North,
right. We could be so popular.
We'd be so popular, yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully they let us know where they are. We can get back to them. I think we're not gonna do the next one until after Stitch North. I was thinking we would do an end of April wrap up and then a post Stitch North wrap up, but because there might be a lot.
Maybe,
we could just do like a really long one.
Yeah, I just thought it would be fun to do it together. But.
Yeah, well, no, we're definitely gonna do one together after Stitch North. But I was thinking we would do one before that to talk about our April stuff, and then
we'll figure it out because I also have to be out of town that weekend-ish.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we might not.
So we might
not even have time.
You'll see us roughly end of April, start of May-ish, for sure, post Stitch North, and maybe pre-Stitch North. So
we'll see. We might not even have time for it. So
and it's obvious we had not talked about this in advance. So thank you for helping us think this through.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching. If you're new, we're happy that you came. If you are returning, we're happy that you come back and visit with us. Eventually I'll clean this up. It's just distracting me right now. And then, yeah, so we'll be back in 4 to 5-ish weeks.
Or longer. Who knows?
Or a smidge longer, but we will see you then.
Bye.
Hi again. I realized like as soon as we said goodbye that we didn't loop back and talk about Stitch for Pride. So Stitch for Pride in March was focused on queer folks, members of the queer community who are Asian American, Pacific Islander, Asian, right? Doesn't have to be Asian American, but folks who are not identified, they are Asian or descent from Asian countries, part of the Asian diaspora. And so Dee's Learning for Us, they shared a video about Kitty Sue, who is a Cantonese American lesbian who was very early leader in queer movements specifically focused on Asian Pacific Islander folks in San Francisco area. She is a writer, she is a poet, and so the video that Dee shared is a bit of a clip from a longer documentary, and Kitty shares her poem, Nice Chinese Girls Don't. Very moving, very powerful, and Dee also links, like you can watch the whole documentary, and I would recommend it. I watched it, very interesting. Dee also linked us to an article from a Asian American Pacific Islander like news website, Yappy. And the article that Dee linked us to specifically is talking about like the experience of Asian Pacific Islander folks in the LGBTQIA plus community, because their identities intersect, right? They are queer, but they are also racialized minorities, right? And so their experiences and how that impacts them, as well as a lot of Asian immigrant families aren't necessarily as open and accepting of queer folks, right? And so those experiences for people. And then Dee, of course, because Dee wants us to continue learning and like diving in deep, also linked some other documentaries available on YouTube, as well as places to like find queer Asian artists, musicians, and to donate to organizations that support Asian American and Pacific Islander queer folks, right? So huge resources. And then they also always give us a day in history each month. So this month they linked us to the Diana Foundation, which was founded on March 19th, 1953. And it's one of the like oldest continuously active gay like philanthropical organizations in the US. And so it's a group of folks who got together to watch the Oscars together. And then they like the first televised Oscars, and then they kept doing it, and this whole big thing grew out of it. So there's Dee links us to the Diana Foundation website, and if you go on there, they have videos and things about the foundation through the years. So very interesting. I had no idea, like I'd never heard of this organization.
No, me neither.
So Dee is really giving us the ability to learn. Right.
Yeah.
And then for our stitching prompt, Dee wanted us to stitch on patterns by folks who are part of the Asian American or Pacific Islander community. And so as we spoke about earlier, I stitched on Marumi Craft Designs patterns. So both my Wonky Cat and my Song of Nauru's would count for my Stitch for Pride this month.
Yeah, I did. That's why I really pushed myself to do the Song of Nauru's, because I knew I wasn't going to pick up my Avshon sampler, and I probably wasn't going to start anything new, like one of the other ones, but I was like, this is like, I can do this quickly. So so that was my Stitch Asia and my Stitch for Pride thing, and I really liked that Kitty Sai documentary and her poem. It was I love hearing about San Francisco at that time. Like, it's one of my favorite like history like learnings. So it was really cool to hear about it from like a totally different perspective than like cis gay men, which like is like the majority of like what like I've heard the most. So yeah, it was really
it was very cool. And then April, so Dee just released this morning that April.
I was just looking at it because I didn't look at it yet. It's all about drag.
Yeah, our focus this month is on drag, which is fantastic, exciting, very important for people to learn more about drag because of all the movements that are trying to basically ban drag because they think it is corrupting children, which it is not, right? No. Queens reading books to kids are just people in dresses reading books to kids, right?
I'm not going to pretend that I don't understand where that idea is coming from. I obviously know exactly where it's coming from, a place of hate, but at the same time it's like it just, if you knew anything about performance or like anything at all, you would, I don't know, but right, it's not logical. There's no logic.
Conceptualization that anytime somebody is doing drag, that it is sexualized is so absurd to me. So absurd. And this idea that like that's corrupting children when the same people who are mad about drag artists are being like, oh, you're gonna grow up and you're gonna marry that girl down the street. Like, it's like you are
like it's only okay to sexualize your children,
enculturating them to think heteronormative is the way, right? Like this whole anything that we don't like is harmful, but anything we like is okay and shouldn't be criticized. I don't get down with that.
No.
So I'm really excited to dig into the learning. I obviously haven't done any because Dee dropped it not very long before we hopped on to fill this. And then their stitching prompt this month is to stitch on your brightest, most colorful whip. And so I don't know what that is. So I got to figure out.
I mean, I guess my Song of No Ruse is pretty colorful, and I do want to work on that some more. My Afshon sampler is pretty colorful. That's very colorful.
Probably my brightest whip, or my right, like my heart.
I mean, if I work on this a little bit more, that one's pretty bright and colorful. I have a few colorful ones, so that won't be hard for me to pick. I'm really excited to learn. There is a restaurant here in my neighborhood that has been doing like drag nights for a little while now, and I haven't gotten around to going, so I'm definitely gonna like see if there's one coming up. If not, there's a lot of other like drag shows that I know, like known performers like from like Drag Race and stuff that are like coming to Toronto. So I'll have to see if any of those shows are coming up soon.
I haven't been to a drag show in a couple of years, right? Like since pre-COVID, honestly. More than a couple of years at this point. So I should see. I honestly don't know in where I'm living now how much drag happens around here, so I will dig into that a bit.
I don't know.
Maybe
there's like a live show you could like watch and like
there's definitely if you can't find drag local to your area, people do drag performance
online stuff,
right? Sure. And Dee, I know, says to like if you can't attend a show, they're like share their social media, give them a tip, right? Like support them in other ways, even if you can go and watch live. So absolutely.
And there's so many like not famous drag artists, but like on Instagram there's a few that are like becoming more popular and stuff. So
so that's exciting. And so we will insert this. I don't know. Maybe I'll just tag it on the end. It's clear that we did it after, and we can
just like cut out the part where we say goodbye, and then
kind of gets. We already admitted that we came back to do this, so.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true.
We'll just tag it on the end and say goodbye again. So yeah, we'll see you.
All right.
We see you. Thanks for watching.
Bye. For real this time.